Okay, so here's the tank mounted on the engine here. I had a run of bad luck with my ignition board. I fried a 5.5 chip, a timer chip, and apparently the ones that I ordered didn't handle amperage, so I burnt out, must have been 20 of them before I finally just said, I give up. And I went online and I ordered some. These are rated at, I think, 10 or 20 milliamp. So I ordered some that are rated at 200 milliamp. So that should make a difference. So I'm hoping that that's all that was going on. Head gaskets. I tried different materials. Usually I can get away with using a cardboard box, but not on this engine. I just could not get a head gasket to seal up. So I waited until I got my material, which came, and it's 5 thou Teflon, and I made those and put them in. I still didn't have quite as much as I thought I should have, and so I went in and I relapped the valves. It felt like the valve was sticking a little bit when it's closed, and that's a sign that it's not seated correctly. So I went ahead and relapped those in, and I switched from the ignition board that I was using to a TM6 ignition board. I lowered, raised up the resistance on just a coil pack, and motor. It's just a car coil pack. I could have used one of my coils, but I didn't. I have these coil packs. I'm just going to use those up, and when I get done using them up, then I'll, because I like to use my ignition coils out where I can see them, and probably with points. But anyway, regardless, I raised it up to 1.9, I think it was, resistance, and hooked that up to a TM6. And I put a heat sink on the chip, on the TIP 42 chip. I put a heat sink on it. It's inside, and I disabled the governor, disabled the spark saver right now, and I'm gonna set you on a tripod here in a minute, and we're gonna see if we can start it up and get it running. I had it running on that other circuit board and ran slow, and then I was messing around with it, and that's when I fried the chip. What happened was I untaped a wire and it was the wrong wire to touch ground. And then when I fried that chip, I had no more of those, so I went to the ones that I ordered, and wrong. They were from China, and that might have been the reason that they are what they are. But I went back and looked at the specs, and the specs state that they are really a lot lower milliamp than the ones that I just ordered now. I ordered some more, but they're coming from the U.S. They're made in the U.S. and they're 200 milliamp. I'm just bolting you into the tripod here. Move stuff out of the way so I can get you over there. And like I say, the governor is disabled, and the spark saver is disabled. I'm going to clamp it down here so that I got my starter here, model starter, but I don't have a battery over here, so I got to plug in the battery charger to run it. I got the battery charger set on 6 volts, so. All right, so let's see if we can turn it on. Hey, there we go. Ooh, whoa, whoa, Nelly. Holy crap. I'm gonna run it a little rich. Slow it down. Wow. Lean it out and it really takes off like an airplane. Wow. Yeah, when I lean it out, it's really... Uh-oh. That might have been the chip. My 42 chip taking a dump. Plug this and we'll see if we get a spark here. Nope. Must be out of gas. I'm guessing we were out of gas. I don't know if there's much in this bottle here. Okay, plug it back in. Well, she really flies when it's going. It takes off. Takes off like it's going to go out in orbit. Wow. Retard the timing a little. Keep it under control. Holy smokes. Okay, well, I think I'm going to shut it down and then put the governor on it and see how it handles that. Oh, and then I went and made my glass tubes for my oiler, and when you know it, I dropped something on one and broke it. Wasn't having a good day yesterday at all. And in the market doing what it's doing. Yeah. Oh well, can't control that, that's for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and enable the spark saver and the governor. You know, I could have left that enabled, the spark saver, because the governor was disabled, so that would have disabled that also. Duh. Oh well. I'm just glad to see it's running. I wonder if I can, I'm going to try, I just want to try starting it by hand one time. Got it there. Can't get enough grip on the wheel. No. So now I'm going to try it. Now that I've got that up there and it's been running. And it's kind of an awkward position here too. Oh well. I'm going to get that governor put back together and we'll see what we can do. I'll be back. Okay, this is going to be the first try with the governor. I don't have the spark saver yet, but I got the governor attached. And we'll see if we can get it started with it attached. You know, because that's going to slow down the RPM, so it might not start too at that lower RPM. I don't know. Contact. Yeah, she kicks in pretty quick. And by the time it falls back out, I think I'm going to put a light rubber band around it. See if I can get a light rubber band around it. Trying to wrap it around the spring pegs. So I don't know how much I put a double X there. We'll see. I don't know how much that's going to add to it. A lot. Doesn't come back though. There we go. It's pretty fast though. But it's working. I need just a little heavier spring, or just a little shorter spring. But now the next thing I want to do is hook up to the spark saver. Then you'll see, I don't know if you can see it in here. You'll see the LED light flashing pretty steady. So it should go off now. Come on, off, on. So we're going to get that hooked up next. Re-hook up that spark saver. I actually disconnected it off of. I have to unsolder the wires now for the little connector and attach that. If I remember the, yeah, here we go. Still have the map. So I just need to re-hook this up because what I did was I just took these two wires out of there and then brought this wire over to here where it belonged. So that shouldn't be too difficult. I'm happy with it so far though. I like it. I got the other one sitting here too. I got to do. I haven't started on it yet. I have the gasket, the head gasket in though. When I made the head gasket, I made two of them. I have the tank pieces. I don't have them soldered together yet. So I need to go through the tank process again. Only this time the tank will be a lot shorter than that tank. It'll be a shorter tank to try to fit it in underneath, and basically do the exact same thing as I did with that tank. I still need to drill a spigot hole here for the tubing, and it'll be toward the top, or even I might even come out of the top on this one. Put the spigot right in the top, and then come out. Let's see. No, it'll come out the side, way up at the top. It'll come out way up at the top. But I have the fitting, the filler tube fitting made. So the only thing I have left is the tube and then the solder together. So, but I want to get this one. I want to get this one going. Ooh, it's already warm. Fairly well. It's not that warm, but I can tell it's been running though. And I think I can throw these away. When I made that head gasket, what I did was I took Prussian blue, put Prussian blue on the cylinder body, and then took the material and put it up against it, and that gave me a nice impression. And I got gasket cutters for the ID and then the bolt holes. I didn't have one for the OD, big enough for the OD. I could have made one, But I just went ahead and took a scissor and cut it. Well, you see it on when I made this paper ones. I think I made a video of that too, although it didn't work. Which I'm surprised, because I've had a lot of motors that I've put that in and it worked. Exhaust tube too. I was going to do something with that exhaust coming straight out right now. The governor seems to be working all right. Let's take this off, rubber bands off of there, and see if we can get it to run on the lower RPM now. No, that would be pretty slow. Nope, it's not going to happen. So I could try to find a little lighter rubber band, or I could take one of those springs off with the rubber band. Maybe that's what I ought to try. Take one side of the spring off, if I can get it off. Sure, they're a bitch to get on and a bitch to get off, the way it looks. And then I'll, oh, I seen it. Dropped it on the floor. Boy, it bounced a long ways away. Now, see if I can get that rubber band back on there the same way as I had. So it'll be minus that spring pressure. So I went like that over to this side. I made like an X. Over to this side. Come on. And then over here. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, that I'd not be able to do it again. I get it, and then I get one side on, and then it pops off the other side. It ain't exactly the same way as I had it. Let's try it. Yeah, it's just a little too slow. But I think it's because I don't quite have this right. It's around here. This is supposed to go. Let's try this again. Alright, let's try this again. Went around that. X. Around that, X, around that. Huh. Let's see if I can find a smaller rubber band. I got a big bag of rubber bands, but they're shoes there. There's a smaller one. A smaller one that I might be able to use. Like that, turn it again, like that. Alright. I don't know if it's running too rich or if it's running too lean. I'm guessing too lean. Hello. Hello. Nobody wants to talk. Listen. That's what I mean. I think I'll use that setup the way it is right now until it's been run for a while. All right, well, I'm going to work on spark saver. I will be back. All I'm going to do is flip it up and rehook the wires up to my plug-in. Nothing spectacular. I'm just going to take and add this wire over to number 1 and take number 2 and take it off of 2, put it over to 3, and then take 2 off of there and put it on 2, and then I'm be ready to go. And we'll give her another try and we'll see what happens. I'll be back.